All right, I'm speaking with Greg Coloian with Better with Mustard.
Got to be better with mustard.
Got to be better with mustard, and we're here at the Information Security Summit at the IX Center in Cleveland, Ohio. It's one of the few facilities in the world that can handle such a crowd here at the IX Center. Greg, tell us first of all why we need a week for security, information security. I mean, there's so many conferences we go to, technical, law, business, all that. It's a day or two at most, and here we've got a whole week of information security stuff.
Well, it was kind of by need because we used to be over at the center, and that was landlocked at about 700 people, and we outgrew it. So the ISS, as you know, is a 2-day summit. It's now in its 15th year, and we had no more room. We had no more parking, so we just had to keep adding days on. And then we found out that these categories were crying for attention. The first one we did is healthcare, because Cleveland's such a healthcare town that everyone wanted to get IT together with cybersecurity and healthcare to make this a hub of information. And as I said before, collaboration is the success factor that all IT professionals have identified. So even if you're in a competitive situation, like all our hospitals are going to be here tomorrow, they want to talk about what their issues are so they can share. We give heads up to the next hospital that, hey, maybe you might not have to go through this. So a day away from the office is saving you months of all kinds of breaches. Now we've added Law Day because we have so many lawyers in town. And IoT Day is because the youth really want to know more about the Internet of Things and what's coming up, and how not to make your toaster a danger spot in your house.
It's amazing because there are some of the practices and policies that span the verticals and all, but it's different for Internet of Things. The legal people today have a completely different perspective, it seems, from the medical people tomorrow. And it's just, it has expanded. And then we have the average person, the average business person who's not in one of those markets, who needs to be aware of the breaches out there. We've all experienced the Yahoo data breach or Equifax or something like that.
And you lose your audience if you're not talking about a pertinent topic. So healthcare doesn't really want to hear about legal, and legal doesn't really want to hear about IoT necessarily. They want to get more in the case of protecting their customers.
So how did this come about where, you know, it's a small conference on a very specific topic, and it's grown and grown, outgrown spaces, and more people come, and now it's a week? I mean, is that just the importance of the topic or the market here? This is the largest such summit in the Midwest, I believe.
It is.
Right?
It is now, yes. I think it's what our speakers have talked about. If we don't get together and do this from time to time, then we're behind the curve. And cybersecurity is something you have to get ahead of. It's not something you can catch up to. So what we're trying to do is give everybody the aha moments that they can take back to their offices and share. But we're also trying not to make it a one-time event. And in time, we'll actually get out into the field and do some of these talks on site to different organizations. Okay,
I have to ask you, because you have a very cool company name and there's the yellow splashes all over. What's better with mustard? How'd you come up with that?
Some people will debate it, but mustard is the thing that spices up life. You can't, in Chicago, if you put ketchup on a hot dog, they'll kick you out of the state. So mustard is the one taste, the one sensation that everyone enjoys. So what we're trying to do is make this an enjoyable day for everybody here. So, for example, let me tell you what happened. Like in the earlier ISS Information Security Summits, everyone would gather together for their drinks and their food, and it was kind of like, don't quote me to the client, kind of like a cheap Holiday Inn. I mean, it was like really bad because people were eating on top of food and all over it. So we spaced it all out. Yesterday, they enjoyed a World Series appetizer, so they had hot dogs and hamburgers and chips and a flavored beer from Thirsty Dog. Each night will be special. So you don't come to one, it's just like the night before. That's what Better with Mustard does. It kind of shakes it up and gives it a little spice.
All right, well, so we're just at the start, second day here of the Information Security Summit. It's a packed house again here at the IX Center, and we're speaking with Greg Coloian with Better with Mustard, who's one of the key people behind this great event. Thanks, Greg.
Daniel.